1 minute warning!
To the goofball army out there, hi the families, tell them to get to the next room, tell them to go to your neighbors, because we got goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink, because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by...
I'm me. I'm Rob. Let's get this hump day show on the road. Hey.
Hump day. Feels weird saying that when I'm unemployed. It's like every day is
doesn't feel
Saturday.
Doesn't feel weird when you put 30 hours in already.
Perpetual Saturdays.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll be there next week. So assuming my background check and drug test and all comes back good. Which, listen, I took all the drugs.
I hope you studied.
I took all the drugs to make sure I test positive for this drug test. We're good.
Yeah. As long as you study, you'd be all right.
Jay already getting on us. Jay already getting on us being mean. He said the goofball intro kind of cheeseball, try to fire up the troops without the wheelchair. We need kind of cheeseball. We're goofballs. What do you expect here? Yeah.
It's in the title.
Dramatic movie intro or something here. Sheesh. It's like it's his first episode with us or something here.
Stay tuned.
Anyway,
Giant goofballs.
We got news going on. NFL trade deadline is coming past, and of course, the Giants have done nothing as usual. We have Graham Gano injured again. What the hell? And of course, we got to give you guys our preview of the Giants getting beaten by the Bears this week. So let's get right into it. Isn't it kind of sad that I just said that like that and nobody like? It's like, Giants will probably get beaten by the Bears. That sounds about right.
Bears surprised a lot of teams. 5-3. Most wins they've had in like 17 seasons. So
All right, well, let's get into the trade deadline talk here first, because we got to talk about that. That came and passed since we last saw you guys patched yesterday at 4:00, and the Giants are staying put. And it makes you wonder if Joe Schoen forgot to like pay his cell phone bill or something. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Did you forget what day it was?
Yeah, this seems like that. So the first thing here, Giants did make calls to the Dolphins. I know everybody's asking about the Jaylen Waddle thing. Everybody wanted Jaylen Waddle to be a Giant for some reason. I don't understand quite why, but it is what it is. They made the call. Other teams made the call as well. It wasn't just the Giants. They wanted a first-round pick plus to get Jaylen Waddle over to another team, and to me, that doesn't make sense. That's too rich, because especially for the Giants, you got to keep in mind we're not giving up pick 23. Like, we're going to give up a top 5 pick basically for this guy, plus have to give up something else as well potentially. And unless that something else was named Evan Neal or Jalen Hyatt, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Even that, is Jaylen Waddle really worth a top 5, top 10 pick?
No. Well, I mean, no. The only thing you say is you could argue, just say that a first round pick. If you think you're going on a run, which we are not, then he might be worth it. Like, you need something to complement that offense. That's something you bring in to go on a good playoff run to go deep into the playoffs.
I've heard rumors teams do that occasionally. Good playoff runs.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, that's the craziness is what we're dealing with here, is that why make the move? Because you're not going to win with him or without him. That's the honest truth. Like, getting him does not make you a playoff team. Not at this point. Weeks ago, maybe you could have had that conversation. But, it is what it is. What really pisses me off, though, is the fact that we went ahead and kept Evan Neal and Jalen Hyatt. We had the reports that the Giants were talking to the Raiders with with Evan Neal. Didn't make the move. Like, I want to know how this conversation went. Like, if somebody calls up and says, "Hey, I'm interested in Evan Neal." Sure. What do you want? I don't care what it is. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. Pocket lint and used bubble gum.
Yeah. Like,
Deal.
I don't understand how that doesn't get done. If there's any conversations whatsoever, like you get something for this guy. He's going to be gone. You're healthy scratching him every single roster, every single week here. He's not even going to be on the team next year because this is his last year under contract. And why the hell would he want to come back? Let's be honest. Like as much as we don't like Evan Neal and what he's put on the field here, if you're Evan Neal, do you even want to come back to the Giants? No way in hell. No way in hell. And same with Jalen Hyatt.
He should be listen, Evan Neal should have been requesting.
Yeah.
To go
They
somewhere
probably
else.
have. It doesn't always break out. Like we just found out that Saquon Barkley requested a trade when he did his documentary a couple weeks ago. So, it happens. Yeah. It's just like, why are we holding on to players that we're going to get, we're going to lose at the end of the season for nothing?
You might as well get what you can.
And we're getting nothing out of them in this season. It's one thing if you're like, you know what, I need this guy for the rest of the season. I get that with Deonte Banks because of all the injuries to corner. Like you notice I didn't include his name, even though he's a jackass and should be gone too. But we're getting absolutely nothing out of Jalen Hyatt. We're getting absolutely nothing out of Evan Neal. And for some reason, the Giants are just holding on to these guys to let them walk at the end of the year for absolutely nothing. Makes absolutely no goddamn sense.
Give me a 7th round pick in 2028 for Evan Neal. I'll take it. At least it's something.
Hyatt's got one more year technically at the end of this year, so he's a little different than Evan Neal. But Evan Neal, point blank, you're healthy scratching him. He should be gone for whatever they will give you. I don't even care.
Yeah.
7th round pick in the year 2072, and you got to hope the NFL is still around in 50 years. I don't care.
Oh, it will be. It'll be 7 days a week.
Like, what are you like? What risk? Oh my God! If we get rid of Evan Neal, blank will happen. I can't think of one goddamn thing.
Yeah. You free up a rust spot. You can bring someone up without worrying about healthy scratches. That's what happened.
What really pisses me off in the whole thing is we've had reports for how many of the last couple of years now that people are interested in Jalen Hyatt, that people are interested in Evan Neal, and they didn't make the move then too. At this point, you're going to get pennies for them if you had traded them. Like you get nothing. Don't tell me a year or two ago you couldn't have gotten something for Evan Neal. It's someone saying, you know what, the Giants probably just screwed him up. Let's get him in here. Let's see what we can do. Here's a 5th round pick or whatever for him. You know what I mean? Like you could have maybe got something. But everybody
you put him as a healthy scratch. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows he's damaged goods now. So kind of done with that. And Jalen Hyatt, point blank, before the season started, a lot of teams were supposedly looking at him and offering things. And again, we didn't make the move because they're too busy hyping him up with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Mr. Unlimited. Let's see how those guys. Unlimited.
Like, that's just where it is. You got a team out there that's just not making the moves, and they got to make them. And you know what? This is the reasoning why I think it's kind of put me over the edge where I was like, because up to recently I was like, Dable's got to go. I'm kind of mixed on Joe Schoen. No, I'm not mixed anymore, guys. I'm done. Get rid of his ass. Because this is pure stupidity. If the Raiders called you and said, hey, I'm interested in Evan Neal, and the answer wasn't, sure, I'll take anything, then you're a moron.
Well, I would say, hey, what are you offering?
I don't even care what you're offering. Take him. You want him for free, even take him. Like that's just where I'm at. Like there's no point. Like what do you possibly gain? And that's why I'm just that fed up with it. There's nothing positive coming out of this scenario. I might as well go ahead and just get whatever I can get for him. And this is absolutely part of the reason why I just dislike so much the Joe Schoen era. Beyond the whole Dable situation, he's not reacting to situations properly. Same as They wouldn't let Barkley go in a trade when he wanted one. You could have gotten good value for him. Maybe somebody would have given you a second round pick or something. You would have got more than you got from letting him go as a free agent. Same with Xavier McKinney. All these guys that have left this door, and we haven't got a damn thing for these guys. And we buy, and here's the problem. We could buy ourselves the excuse of, we're going to get compensatory picks. Well, not when you're going and getting free agents of your own. That kills that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm fed up. And again, I'm not fed up with it. Didn't make a big move. I didn't want the big splash necessarily. I'm telling you point blank, Jaylen Waddle was not what I wanted. But this kind of BS of not getting rid of dead weight on the roster, if you got any kind of offer whatsoever, those guys should have been gone. And we know the talks were there with the Raiders for Evan Neal. And that's what the biggest thing that pisses me off. Because otherwise, I think Jay said it a minute ago, I think in the comments there, who wants those two with Evan Neal and Jalin Hyatt? I don't disagree. I wouldn't want them if I was an NFL team. But apparently, the Raiders and Joe Schoen talked. And there's no way that talk should have ended with anything but send over the paperwork.
Without a doubt. What are you going to give me?
Yeah.
The guy retired 2 years ago, and the next
2 Bazooka Joes.
Nope. Yeah. A sloppy Joe and a 2029 8th-round draft pick.
That's sloppy.
That's sloppy.
Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's just this is what I'm saying. This whole offense and this whole roster is just so horribly mismanaged. It's not even funny. Game day decisions, trades that don't happen, free agents we overpay for. Looking at you, Hudson. That's just what happens. And that's just where I'm at, is that the fact that we didn't make a single move. If somebody called, like we're being told, the Raiders called about Evan Neal, and we didn't make any move whatsoever, then I'm sorry, that's a fireable offense in my eyes. Not that I didn't want to fire him already.
Yeah, because, you got Raiders offensive line, which is worse than the Giants, so they're going to take what they can to try to improve that.
Yeah.
They were probably going to overpay for him.
And
seventh round this year or 7th round next year. Anthony
just said in the chat that rumor is they wanted a 3rd for Hyatt. I hadn't heard of that. I know only the rumor I heard as far as what they wanted was at least a 1st round pick for Kayvon Thibodeau. And they didn't even want to trade Kayvon, but that's what they said. But if they wanted a 3rd round pick for Jalin Hyatt,
goodbye.
Are you no? In other words, Joe Schoen's saying that to teams he wants at least a 3rd round pick. That's insanity. If he wanted that, first off, he was a 3rd round pick. He's lost a ton of value. Again, if somebody was willing to give you a wet paper towel, take it.
Oh man,
that's insanity. That's if he's negotiating that way, he's like the ugly guy that goes to the bar and thinks he can get the 10. That's what it is.
To be wearing a paper bag, what we said.
Listen,
for the 10.
He'd fit in with the Giants fans. That's where we're at now, so it is what it is, I guess. Let's talk to about the second most frustrating thing going on right now. Graham Gano down again. Are you freaking kidding me? How many goddamn times is this guy getting hurt? Now he's got a neck injury. He's listed on the practice report with a neck injury. Didn't even practice today on Wednesday here. How many times is this going to happen? At what point do we realize that keeping this guy on the roster is a goddamn joke?
Remember the other content creators talking about this is why I pay a guy $9 million. This is why he can make kicks. Well, guess what? When he's only healthy for a third of the season, that's why you don't pay this guy $9 million.
I think it's $5 million they're paying him, but still, yeah, it's still way overpaid. It's way overpaid. And at this point here, you almost want to bring in a kicker to kind of audition them for next year.
Yeah, it should be.
That's where I'm at. To me, bring in Blankenship. He's a free agent right now. He was with the St. Louis Battlehawks last year of the UFL, was one of the best UFL kickers. He was a good kicker for the Colts a couple years ago. Do it. Like that, point blank, bring him in. What do you have to lose except $5 million?
At least you get some field goals.
And I'm telling you right now, if we don't have a kicker again on Sunday, I'm going to flip my shit like you would not believe. It's not even funny. Like, absolutely goddamn ridiculous. Like, that's insane. Imagine not having a kicker again.
Especially knowing on Wednesday that you need one.
I'm telling you, like, this is just goddamn ridiculous here at this point. It really is. But, you know, it is what it is. But we'll have to see what happens, and we'll keep you guys up to date on his situation. You know, obviously we have a couple of options for kickers. You know, we still got the kid from Atlanta. We still got McAtomney, who I hope to never ever see again, but at least he's there. You know, we got options now on the roster. But to me, bring Blankenship in. He was good when he was with the Colts. I know he kind of like fizzled out there and kind of left there all of a sudden and hasn't got a job since, but he did damn good with the UFL last year. You know, that's just it's insanity. Like the kicker situation. I've never seen like JC here. I haven't heard of another team not having a kicker in years. It's happened to us several times. Here's another thing. I've never heard repetitive this often a kicker getting injured and keeping his job.
Yeah, well, you give a pass the first time it happens, right?
No.
When your kicker was the best, no, well, take it back, because when your kicker was the best person, the best player on the team a couple times, and then it's a hamstring thing, right? He misses a couple games. All right, whatever. All right, it sucks. He's a kicker, but listen, he's booting it and he's reliable. But man,
Deb says, "Would you guys consider becoming two Packer goofballs?"
Oh, we're not that kind of podcast.
And it's, you know, the funny thing is that obviously your woman would be very happy if you did that. My wife has told me point blank that I should become we should become a Bucks podcast since I live here in Tampa Bay. It's sad. It's sad when the significant others are telling us point blank that the Giants suck so much we should stop doing the show, and yet we keep on trucking. Keep on trucking.
Listen, Giants have a great history. So as much as, well, Jackie doesn't know much about football, but as much as you hear about how bad the Giants are, we still have a great history, and we have plenty of opportune time to turn it around. And hopefully in our future, just not this year, or probably not this year,
or the near future, but one day. Well,
I mean, look at the Patriots, right?
They were crappy for how long?
They faded out, had a couple bad years. Great head coach
for so long, and now they're good.
They're not for so long. What are you talking about? They had a dynasty over there.
No, they were crap from saying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for so long.
You bring in some good head coaching.
Now they're really good. You know, I mean, when I first
moved, one of the best in the NFC. Are we the best?
I moved here during the Jameis Winston years. They were crap back then. Then Mr. Brady.
Watch that.
Then Tom Brady comes along with his clone dog and everything. And you hear that news article, by the way?
That his dog was cloned?
Yeah. So apparently Tom Brady went and put money into a company that does cloning, and they now cloned his dog. So, you know what it reminded me of immediately was Repet from The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Repet?
Repet was the name of the company in the movie Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
They're cloning pets to make people more comfortable cloning people. Oh my gosh. Insanity. The future is now.
Totally Colin.
We're going to pay the bills real quick, and then we'll be right back here giving a preview of the Giants-Bears loss.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All righty, guys. Let's see here. So, yeah, I see all the comments that you guys also given on the overall in the NFL trade deadline. Yeah, I mean, NFC East been a little crazy. Eagles made some moves, obviously leading up to, not the day of. Cowboys made 2 moves, including one with the Jets, giving up a first-round pick there for Williams, the defensive tackle. And Sauce Gardner was the crazy one. 2 first-rounders and Adonai Mitchell, the wide receiver that they got in the first round like 2 years ago, I think it was. First Sauce Gardner. That's insanity. So
Got a little saucy.
The Jets literally picked up 3 first-round picks, which means they can have the pick of whatever quarterback they want to ruin it in the draft, basically.
It's pretty much what right on the wall was.
I'm telling you right now, if I am a quarterback and I'm going into the draft and the Jets are picking number 1,
staying in school,
I am pulling an Eli Manning or a John Elway. Like, point blank, I'm not putting up with that BS. I'm not playing for that franchise. And I know as Giants fans, we have no room to talk. I'm going to be very clear on that right off the bat. If there's one franchise that I would never, ever want to play for, it's the Jets. Unless I had no other option, of course. Like, either retire or play for the Jets, and okay, I guess I'll play for the Jets. Otherwise, no way in hell. No way in hell. Like, that's just, it's. I really do think it's that bad. Like, that a quarterback would tell them that. I mean, look at all the quarterbacks they've drafted and ruined. Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. I mean, even like Mark Sanchez a few years ago before he was getting into back alley, stabbing situations and all. Like, he started off really good, and then they ruined him.
Mark the Ripper.
Oh my gosh, insanity! All right,
Terrible.
Let's get into the Giants and Bears here. Giants and Bears, oh my. Oh yeah, Geno Smith, Jay put through as well. That's a very good classic example. Geno Smith, they also ruined him. I mean, he came in, he looked like crap with the Jets, and that took years, but they finally got him back up and rolling in Seattle. Now he looks like he's a Jet again in Oakland or Las Vegas, however the hell you want to call it now.
Well, yeah, they were banged up in the offensive line. I was making that comment earlier, but they got him some protection last week. Didn't look so bad.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
They also didn't look great.
We'll see what happens here. So let's get into meeting the Bears here, because we got to face the Bears here this upcoming Sunday, and this is a pretty big test for us here. Which, granted, we plan to fail. Their offense, point blank, is pretty much elite. They're averaging 26.9 points per game, which is 6th best in the NFL. 378.4 yards per game. It's 4th best. They're also, only one downfall they have is their red zone percentage. So they only get touchdowns in 51.72% of red zone drives. So they're a little field goal prone. That's definitely one issue. Their passing completion percentage is also pretty low, 27th in the league at 61.6. But otherwise, they're top 10 in the league as far as every single passing stat, including QB protection. So right now, Caleb Williams getting sacked on just 5.05% of passing plays. So that's pretty goddamn good. Caleb Williams on the year, 61.5% completion, 239.5 yards per game, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Also carry the ball 40 times for 183 yards and 2 touchdowns. His biggest receiver target this year is Rome Odunze, as you would imagine. So you got 31 catches, 473 yards, 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns, pretty damn legit this early in the game. So DJ Moore, 30 catches, 403 yards, 1 touchdown, and again, just a crazy duel of receivers there. Colston Loveland, that's the rookie tight end they got from Michigan. Remember the one they took instead of taking Tyler Warren, which I still don't understand, but he's not having a bad year. Just again, Tyler Warren's just that good. 17 catches, 234 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, I heard the question, or I saw the question in the chat there from Deb, do the Bears have a good running game? Their running game is flat out elite. 144.4 yards per game, which is second best in the league. 29.4 rushes per game, which is third. 4.8 yards per carry, which is sixth best. So yeah, they are a top 5 rushing offense in this NFL, point blank.
And they're doing it right because we're going to get to the defense, but their defense has played very well and got a lot of good turnovers. We talked about them not being in the red zone. What?
All they did was turnovers.
That's what I'm saying. Sets them up a good field position, and then it gets off. It gets the other defense back out there when they're already a little tired, and they take advantage of it. They have a good run. It's a run-first offense for the most part, and they Cleve takes advantage of that, and then just sets the run game right back up, and they just go run heavy first, throw it down your throat, and then run again.
So DeAndre Swift, 100 carries, 464 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, and 4 touchdowns. And then, of course, the kid that listen, you and I talked about this kid so much during the running backs when we talked about him, in the draft, because this kid was just drafted here from Rutgers of all places, and I mispronounce his goddamn name every single time. Kyle Monangue, I'm going to probably mispronounce it again. 68 carries, 363 yards, 5.3 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. So you got 2 good, not elite, but 2 above average, really good running backs back to back that you can go back and forth on. One that's more of a north-south, one that's more of an east-west. Perfect combination like that there. And you talk about combined with those 2 guys, you're talking about 800 yards plus. That's insanity. We're halfway through the season, guys. A little bit past. We're 9, but still, I mean, like, this is a really.
They had a bye, right?
Yeah, they did actually. Right. So yeah, I mean, I keep on forgetting because we're the only ones that doesn't have a bye yet. It seems like.
Just, for once, we're like one of the last teams.
You guys go like week 17.
Yeah. After we won like 3 games, then we'll take the bye. So week 18.
But yeah, like absolutely insane. Now the defense is absolutely goddamn horrendous, except for turnovers, as you mentioned. That's the only thing they're good at, point blank. 28.4 points per game they give up. That's 29th in the league. 368.8 yards per game, 26th. They give up 3.4 touchdowns per game, 29th. It's really, really bad. They are great at stopping on third down. That's the one thing they excel at, which should be interesting because Jackson Dart's greatest skill is third down. I don't know what it is about third down. It becomes like a freaking all-pro quarterback on third downs. Third down percentage for them. They're only giving up first downs on 34.18% of third downs. That's 5th best in the league, guys. They have trouble stopping both the pass, though, and the run. They're giving a 70.95% completion percentage to quarterbacks. 29th in the league. 237.6 passing yards per game. That's 26th in the league. So, yeah, not good, guys.
I'm also not trying to defend the Bears here, but look at what happened to them last week. Joe Flacco was the highest
400 and some.
Yeah. And that team had quite a bit of turnovers last week, but they also let up 42 points. They lost. Yeah. They won that game. But their losses, 3 losses, right? You give up 30 points to the Ravens. You wind up giving up 52 points to the Lions.
Yeah.
And 27 points to the Vikings. Other than that, like they contain some of these teams. Like Dallas Cowboys, high power offense, puts up 14 early in the season. And then, I mean, they also gave up 24 to the Raiders, but that's besides the point.
Now, they've been average as far as getting sacks. That's one good news here for us here. 6.59% of passing attempts and then sacks, 18th in the league. Now, they are top, though, in the NFL. We mentioned turnovers. Top in the NFL in turnovers. 5.39% of passes thrown end up in the Bears' hands. That's pretty goddamn good.
Yes.
Now, they allow 5.1 rushing yards per attempt here, 29th. And they allow 131.1 rushing yards per game, 25th. So, like I said, everything you look at this defense here for the Bears, it's turnovers. It's all they are, turnovers.
Yeah.
Tremaine
They're all
Edmonds,
hit. They're trying to swing for the fences, if you will. Bringing a different sport. Yeah. Thanks. So
Yeah,
they're just looking for the big play. But if they don't get it, they're letting up big plays.
that guy who just strikes out or gets it. But it is, it is what it is.
DH, if you will.
Tremaine Edmonds is the big guy there on the defense there, former Bills linebacker for many years, leading the team at 73. Safeties, Kevin Byard, third, Esquire, 42, and Whisker with 41. So when your second and third leading tacklers are safeties, what do I always say in the show when that happens? You're giving up big yards. You're giving up big plays. If your safeties, your top tacklers, point blank, you're giving up big plays. Montez Sweat leads the team with 4 sacks. Javon Dexter, the defensive tackle, has 3.5. Nobody else has even 2. So they're definitely not very spread out. Those are the 2 guys that get sacks. That's it. Their interceptions, we talked about them getting a lot. They're really coming from 3 players. Kevin Byard at the third, 4. Linebacker Tremaine Edmonds has 4 as well. Nashawn Wright has 3. So that's 11 of the 13 interceptions from 3 players. Yeah. Now, they also have 6 forced fumbles, with Sweat having 2 of them. So, I mean, that's what it is. The biggest difference maker at this point for the Bears has been the turnover battle. They're plus 1.6 turnovers per game. It's top in the NFL. They lead the league in takeaways and are top 5 in giveaways. So when you're getting the ball from the team and you're not handing the ball back over to them, you're not doing bad.
Yeah, it's usually how you win games.
That's usually exactly how you win games. I mean, when you're averaging 2 turnovers a game, basically, yeah, you're gonna get some points off that. Think about that. If you get a turnover 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get some points off it. Because
typically,
it's a much higher percentage. I should say 9 out of 10, but it's a much higher percentage, because you got a little bit of momentum going. I mean, hell, even the Giants, when they got their strip sack, they would have gone ahead and gotten the freaking field goal if Graham Gano didn't, hurt himself by, going to the bathroom or whatever he did. I don't know.
He sneezed. He brushed his teeth.
Goddamn ridiculous. So
that's how you know you're getting old. You pull something when you're brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
My neck.
That's not good. That's definitely not good. Now, I was saying, just say it already, we're going to get killed. Let me just say it. We're going to get killed.
I don't think we're going to get killed. I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Saints game, but
high-powered offense and runs the ball a lot. How do you think that's going to work for us? The team's been giving up 30 points a game, the Giants. 30 points a game. And now they're facing a top 5 offense right now. That's got an elite running game. When we can't stop the run. Teams get so bored of running on us, they take out their top runner, put their backup running back, and he also gets 100 yards.
Yeah, but it's not a backup. That's also like a pool back there.
Tank Bigsby not a backup?
All right, fine, whatever.
Yeah. Just saying, he got 100 yards because Saquon was like, I'm just tired of running. Somebody else can take this.
Yeah. So what do you think the difference is going to be? Like, do you think it's going to be a 3-point game, a 3-score game, 2-score game, 1-score game?
I'd say a 2-score game.
2-score, 2 touchdowns, or just 2
I mean, a 2-score kind of like it was last week with the 49ers, where you never felt like you had a chance.
Okay, so I wouldn't say that's completely like blown out.
That's blown out.
I would say I would contemplate putting money on it if it was 8.5.
Yeah, no, for 8.5, I'd say I'd still bet the Bears, but yeah, like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is.
The Bears coming off a nice win, coming off a bye. I wouldn't be surprised if we win these games. This game is kind of like,
I'd be shocked any game.
I'd say we're gonna win. Just saying.
I'd be surprised any game we win. I'd be surprised if we beat a Pop Warner team at this point. That's how low in the team I am at this point.
That's fair, but
yeah. Let's talk about our keys to victory.
Don't listen to Drew. That's what.
Yeah. The first key to victory is breaking down the team bus so they can't get to the stadium.
Yeah. Hey, you ever see The Dark Knight Rises?
Yes.
Something like that.
Like that, exactly.
It's a lovely singing voice.
I know we do have some legit ones here. So first one is stop the run for once in your goddamn life, Giants. Like this team runs often and runs well. That's not a good mix for this defense.
Yeah.
I'm not optimistic, as you can tell.
I trust
I know I hide it well.
Half. I trust the front half of the defense more than I trust the back half of the defense.
I trust either half. I trust the I don't trust anything. Not when it comes to this defense. Not as long as Shane Bowen's there. I trust nothing. So it is what it is. Number 2, offense has to not have turnovers. Point blank, that is the key, is that if you give turnovers to this team, they're going to score points. And if you look on average, the Bears are giving up more points on average than they're actually scoring. Even though they have such a good record, they're very close wins they have. So when you're getting 2 turnovers a game and you're winning the ball very closely, what does that tell you? Without those turnovers, you don't win.
100%.
So
again, that's what I was trying to get at before.
There's a path to victory for the Giants. I'm not saying there's not. I'm just saying the path is not paved. There's a lot of thorns on it. It's a very narrow path, and the side of it is a cliff.
Listen, if you let Jackson Dart, which he's going to have to sign runs, you have Singletary, who's in Tracy, probably Singletary doing a lot of running in there. They slow down the ball game. It gives you more of an opportunity to win. You don't throw the ball crazy down the field, which they're going to let them do a few times because if you keep it close, keep the ball like close running, doing short passes. Yeah, maybe you get Wanda open deep, down the field a few times, but you get a couple crosses down the middle, give it over to Bellinger, give it over to little Jordan Humphrey, if you will.
I'm just like I said, I just have no faith. This is what it is. Number 3, the defense has to be able to cover these weapons, especially Rome Odunze. Rome Odunze is obviously the red zone deep threat option. He's got almost half of the touchdowns that Caleb Williams has. We got to be able to try to at least maintain him somewhat. And the problem is, of course, the Giants have a banged up secondary still. We don't even know who's going to be playing yet. We'll get more into that tomorrow. But yeah, it's just I just don't trust the secondary going against who's been a very good receiver in Rome Odunze.
Yeah, who's really stepped up. Yeah, his sophomore year. So good for him.
Yeah, I mean, you expected it. We liked him coming out of school, and he's got a good personality and good teammate. It seems like his dad's getting in trouble on Twitter for saying things he shouldn't say. I've heard, but it is what it is. Number 4, Giants offensive line has got to give Dart time. This is a very tricky situation when you got a rookie quarterback going against a defense that's so good at getting turnovers. Like that's a recipe for disaster right there. This is, and again, I've given Dart all the credit as I think we all should, because I don't think he's thrown nearly the amount of picks you expect out of a rookie, especially when he's basically the offense.
Yeah, I mean, look at him.
Take out that Saints.
I was going to say, you had a bad game against we'll call the Saints a jobber team. He had a bad game. His second game really started. He didn't look so good. it's to be expected. He's improved since then. Like, yes, he has turnovers, but he runs the ball. He throws efficient balls. Like, he has an opportunity, like, not to turn the ball over if the design plays are done right.
If you take out that game, and obviously, again, we did it before, you can do the if this, if that kind of scenario all day long. If you take out that game, though, then he's at what now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 interception in 5 games. That's not bad at all. Like, I would take that from a veteran, let alone a rookie.
Yeah, I mean,
and let's be honest, picks against the Saints, he was just forcing the ball up, trying to make something happen. I mean, one of them, Bo Collins, literally stopped running his route.
It was sad.
So, yeah, that's where we're at. You got to go ahead and just continue that. Be good with the ball. Number 5, defense has to apply pressure. Caleb Williams is still a young quarterback, and those quarterbacks, as we just talked about, are prone to mistakes. We need to get some mistakes because
you say steak.
Someone say steak. No. They need to
get me all excited.
Your women.
Say pot roast.
Burrito. But I mean, again, you have to go ahead and force him. Let's be honest here. He's a young quarterback. We already know that part of it there. Beyond that, you and I have questioned his mental toughness before on the show.
A lot. I still do.
Jumping into the stands and crying in his mom's lap into this game. Don't get me wrong. I may be negative about this team, but I still root for them. There is a difference. I just don't have faith in them. But I want them to prove me wrong. And get some bodies on him. Get some hits on him. I'm telling you right now, he is not as mentally tough as some people think he is. You
just got to shake up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot, just a little bit.
Yeah, like you got to be the nail polish remover in this scenario, okay? Like you got to figure this out, okay? Like that's all there is to it. And that leads me to the last thing as well. Somebody has got to show up on defense besides just Brian Burns. Like I feel bad for Burns. It's like he's an army of one here. Like somebody's got to make a big play. And I don't just mean Abdul Carter, going up in the air and, getting a, getting the ball when it's like a fumble in the air, which I'm still trying to understand the fumble in the air that got caught like interception clearly, but it just is what it is. Like somebody's got to do something. I'm sick of it. I feel bad for Brian Burns. Like if I'm him, I'm getting pissed off. I go from the Panthers to this. Like what's next? The Jets or the Browns?
Yeah.
Wasting a great year of his. And let's be honest, he's not going to the playoffs this year. So no matter what, we're going to waste it. But at least let's make him feel like he's not the only one trying.
And it's weird because you would think at this point he would be so like deep in coverage that other players would be that so much more open to go put the quarterback under pressure. But it's not the case.
He just seems to be the guy that gets it done. So, and kudos to him on that. But I think the big thing again, still think boils down to Shane Bowen. Shane Bowen puts Dexter Lawrence outside instead of being on nose tackle. He doesn't put all 4 guys we have on the field at the same time for some reason. Like Shane Bowen is just a hack job of a DC. So that's not all on the players. But
no, and you have to imagine. You also have to imagine at some point.
Imagining.
These players have to see the writing on the wall. You got 2 wins. Everyone's talking about how bad this coaching staff is around the league. Like, we're not the only ones to see this here.
Yeah. And business will get made.
Yeah. We're not professional athletes here. And we can see this. These players all have egos. They're going to be playing for their future somewhere else. They have to start auditioning. So let them step up.
Yeah.
Because if they're not going to play here and we make all these changes, new coaches come in, they're like, well, you didn't do this last year, you didn't do this last year, you didn't do this last year. Goodbye. Let's make some trades. Let's do this.
They're going to make some trades. They're going to make some trades also based on attitude, because I don't think a new coaching staff is going to want a guy like Deontay Banks here. And I can't blame them.
So some of these players are going to start stepping up.
And that's part of why, you fire Dable now.
Yes.
Because then you can say, hey, you guys are all working for your roster position next year.
Here's your audition. Here's the next 8 weeks.
Yep, exactly.
Well, 7 weeks because we got to buy.
I mean, because at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yeah, at the end of the day, someone's got to fight for the job.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to call it a night for us here. We're going to be back
at the end of the day.
Of course, tomorrow for you guys, doing our pick show, giving you guys the injury report and all the latest Giants news there. As always, we are live every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, of course, the preferred platform, along with Facebook, Twitter/X, Twitch, and of course, Rob's favorite,
LinkedIn profile.
my LinkedIn profile. And of course, as always, we're available the next day on all the audio podcast platforms: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all the big ones there. Guys, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that thumbs up there if you're on YouTube. Leave a comment if you're on Apple Podcast there. Help us out there, because really this stuff does help us out huge. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next episode there. Appreciate you guys, watching, listening, and appreciate you guys supporting us as always. And as always, Giant fans,
go Jalin!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.